Bees, 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 bees.
You're the best. Here we are with Sharon. I'm gonna close her down to about a ½ inch. All the ladies are getting closed down. Hopefully there's not too much of a traffic jam, but I'm not putting on robber screens this year. So they will just have to defend the smaller opening. Alright, let's see what we got going on. Some spider eggs up here. Looks good though. Where's my tool? I don't know how many frames that she has either. I do know that she has. Yep, she's right over here. She's my biggest colony. Healthiest, biggest colony. Not that many ladies over here. Not that many. Couple. She's gonna take me a hot minute to go through. I just know it. Sorry, I just flung some of the ladies. They propylized the follower board to the cover board. Sorry. Got slingshotted up. Oops. This is a frame that is not much built out. Probably gonna take this one. Because they aren't building. I mean, it's got a decent amount of bees on it. But it's more likely they just didn't have anywhere to go. They don't want to go outside and it's warm and humid. And they would rather just hang out over here. Not so much that they're actually doing anything with this. Sorry. That was a decent. Now, you know how you know that they're not doing anything with it? Is because they fell off so easy. There was nothing for them to grab. They're very calm. Very calm. It won't stay that way. Not likely. Let's see if they still have the food resources they had a little while ago. The bottom of this is drained, which I think is what I found. Oh, well, this side, they look like they still have some in it. But this side, all the empty cells, drained. This one, I believe, yes, this one is the one that had the spotted lanternfly honeydew in it. And actually, it looks like they're eating some of it. Yeah. So if you remember, all these cells down here at the bottom, they were filled. They were all filled with this red spotted lanternfly honeydew. It's in the we're in the shade again, so it's a little hard to see how vibrant it is, but they're eating it. They're eating it. So I think about this time is probably when the spotted lanternfly honeydew resource is really starting to dry up. Trays still look clean. There's still a handful of dead bees in it. So remember, ooh, this one had some severe cross combing. I heard that. I heard it actually when I broke it. Like, I definitely ripped some of this cross combing to the next comb next to it. Whoopsie ladies. This is a full frame of food. This might have been a feed frame that I gave them back from spring. It's quite heavy. And the one next to it is the same. So it looks like they still have a decent amount of food. I'm gonna put these together immediately so they don't get too many get intensely curious about the broken comb, and then smush a bunch, trying to get them back together again. I'll just meet it. There we go. Alright, another food frame. See, Sharon might be fine with food. Not loving how many empty frames she has at the end. Don't love that. And this one, it looks like they're starting to drain as well. It still has some nectar at the bottom of all the cells on this side. But on this side, the bottom cells are mostly empty. It's a pretty frame though. It's a really pretty frame. My goodness, okay, can we, there we go. I apparently have not gone past this point in a month. So that was really, really propolized. Oof. It's heavy. This one's heavy. This one's got good food. This one is also crazy. Even on the black frame, I can tell that this is spotted lanternfly honeydew. I can't describe to you, I wish I could catch the light really. I cannot describe to you how much more red, like you get amber capping, right? Amber is like a normal color for like honey to be, but this is more like a red color. You can just see it in person. You can see it in person. It's definitely a different color. So this is, and even though it's on a black frame, you can still see the color very vibrantly. That's definitely spotted lanternfly honeydew. Oh, my thumb is stuck. Beautiful frame of food. That's with those like 3 or 4 frames, that's a good amount of food for winter right there. Still, we have a couple months till winter, so they might eat that before we actually enter wintertime. This one, hardly any building. What it has built, it is spotted lanternfly honeydew. This is also spotted lanternfly honeydew. Not loving this though. I don't like the way that this is built. Because this is not like a full frame, so like what do I do with this? Do I take this out? Because it's got a decent amount of food in it, but like this whole portion is missing. And this whole backside is barely built. I don't love this frame. See, these are the decisions that you have to make. The frame next frame over is almost the same. It's almost the same. And instead of building down here, they've just built this out really fat. I don't love that. This is a frame I might take. I don't want my bees to be in torpor and like moving very slowly and getting to one of these frames in the wintertime and there's not enough food on it, like covering the frame for them to actually eat and do their cluster properly. That's how you get dead bees. This one's got a decent amount of food. They haven't capped it. This one's funny looking. It's also spotted lanternfly honeydew. Might take this one too. This one's another maybe. Honestly, they'd be fine with like this amount of food that they have over here. Alright, so these two, not loving. Might take those. We are hitting the populous area now. It's probably got food on this side and brood maybe on the other side, if I had to guess. My fingers are so propolized. Hee hee. This side looks empty unless there's eggs in it. Hold on, let me make sure my queen's not on here. She isn't. Let me catch the sun. Can I catch the sun? I might have to step over here. Hold on. These are empty frame. This is an empty. They look polished. So I think that's a brood frame that's now empty. I see my hole. They have chewed up the propolis on the upper part of the hole. Okay, that is the hole I plugged up, and you can see that they took the propolis off the top. But they can't get to the bottom, so the bottom is still there. Somehow bees, there was a couple of bees though that still got into the oil trays, but it still looks relatively clean. Those might have been left over still inside the oil tray area when I put the oil trays in. That's a possibility too. They were already in the underside of this area. So that's a possibility. But it looks like it's keeping. I might put a little bit more on top. I wish they would leave it alone. Alright, we're back in business. Okay, brood. It's brood on this side. No queen, so that's good. Does she have eggs? No eggs. No eggs on this side. Brood on this side, emerging brood. I don't think she's come back down to the side just yet. You know, I don't remember them having any other halfway built out frames. That's the thing, I can't remember. If I knew that for sure, I would, as soon as I see eggs, I would call it. I'd be like, alright, done. But I can't remember if I had any half built out frames down this way. Alright, this is a brood frame. We've got larva. Check for my queen. I don't see her. Don't see any bald brood, which is great. This is half emerging, half laid up. Do I see any eggs in the bottom? Trying to catch some sun, trying to catch some sun. I see larvae of varying stages, but I don't see any eggs. Next frame over is also brood. Right off the bat, I see a larva of varying. This is a beautiful frame. Just the way that it's built out is really nice. Again, I don't see any bald brood. I think that's excellent. Look at that. There's a queen cup there. Not charged. They don't care about it. Let's see if I can catch some light. I need to see some eggs, ladies. Where's your eggs? Where's your eggs? Let me go get a rack. Let me rack this. Maybe I just can't see it. No, I can't. It's really hard to see. I don't see eggs. I definitely see larvae. Lots of beautiful larvae. Gorgeous larvae I see. But no eggs. Oh my gosh, the pollen pellets. Ugh, there's so much pollen pellets just dropped on the top here. Brood frame. Come on, ladies, where's your eggs? Okay, I see very small larvae in here. Like tiny, tiny larvae. Yeah, there we go. Like one instar day. I see eggs. These are older eggs. They're kind of like on their side. Okay, perfect. Wonderful. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. Yeah, and as you can see, they definitely built out. Because these frames, some of these frames had roxanne on it. And they built out the comb. Built the comb back out. I can tell that they're getting tired of me. They don't love this. To avoid having a repeat of Miss Lee's hive where there was all these bees in the roof, I'm gonna do that. Small hive beetle. Alright, just so my records are clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 frames in here as of now, but I'm probably gonna take a few frames. I can definitely tell that they have ratcheted it up a little bit. They are not impressed anymore. Brood frame. Okay, at this point I'm just checking for halfway built out frames. So literally I'm just gonna scooch these. This is a brood frame, this is a brood frame. The sound of them has gone up. It's definitely gone up. Look at all those pollen pellets. They are done with me, and I want to be done with them. Let's see. What is next door? I've done some cross combing. I'm worried that this one right here might be a halfway built out one. We're gonna find out. Ooh, they've gotten so much louder. This is also a brood frame. Beautiful. Good gracious. Yeah, they are not hurting for brood, I'll tell you that. Straight down. Haven't seen my queen, so I don't know where she is. So I'm going very gentle. Wow, is that like... Oh my gosh. It's very loud. It's very loud. Okay, this one I thought was going to be one of the half built out ones. It kind of partially is. But it has a lot of food. It has a lot of pollen on the side, like a lot of pollen. I'm loath to take it. I don't want to take this because the pollen on the one side. But this halfway built out stuff, that's not good. It's really not. There's no brood in it. No queen. You know what? I might put this on the edge. I hate to rearrange their colony right now, but I might put that on the edge because they're going to be clustering like right about here. Look at all the pollen pellets. I gotta go. I gotta get out of this. This is another halfway, probably maybe halfway built out frame right here. This one is heavy. This one's definitely, I think, yeah, a food frame. She's not on here. Yes, this one looks like another partially built out frame. Never saw my queen. This one's almost empty. Yeah, this one's definitely going. We are not keeping this. Sorry, ladies. We're taking this one, we're gonna put this one on the edge. We're gonna put this one on the edge with the half built out one on the edge. And that way, I won't be too worried about it, because where they're gonna be clustering, and my finger's stuck, there we go. Where they're gonna be clustering is likely under the feeder. And this will just be off to the side. So this is like their buffer, their insulation, if you will. Okay, so we've only rearranged it just a little bit. I can't butt these up all the way because we changed it a little bit. That's good right there. All right, now we put this back together again. I am gonna take those two frames that I didn't like. Look at all the pellets. This is not good, I don't like it. Which I think are these two. These ones with the nails in it, they're really nice. They're really nice frames. They were given to me as a return for a nuke that I sold, or that I actually donated. And that's great. They're really good. I like them a lot. However, when I placed them in here, they just didn't have enough time to really build it out. Again, this side's okay. This side, not okay. That's not okay. You don't want that. In fact, I probably could put this on the end. I could just put this on the end like this. You know what? That's what I'll do. Put that on the end. It'll give them some space to grow in the spring. And I don't think they're gonna reach that end part. With this much food in this part, they won't. All right, now let me close this up. Oh, let me see how many I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 frames is what I will have in this colony. 17 in Sharon. Woo! That's as close as I'm gonna get this. And then this is going on this side, like this. That way they still have food. The end part over here is empty. But again, I don't think they're gonna reach this spot. Okay, that was a lot. Sharon is done. Took some frames from Sharon, reinforced the hole, and I think we're good with that. I'm tired. We still have two more colonies to go. And Carol's maybe not as big as Sharon, but she's close. All right, next up, Carol.